played on was up against Ents, which was all the way going back to the Katowice, I think, where they had a pretty convincing win on it. So maybe they haven't got their reps in as of late in terms of officials. In comes this uppers hit from NiP.
It's turned out to work fairly well. Forest, Dennis, Rez all getting involved in the frags, and Renegades starting to falter just a little bit. Azza will shut the door on Dennis, but the bomb has gone down. So JKS and Azza, let's see what they are going to be able to do. JKS certainly has been in pretty fine form of late, so there is always a chance that this works out well for them. But Lecro and Get Ryan have other
together, not to mention because NiP have been pretty cleanly closing out these anti-ecos despite the firepower that Renegades were purchasing.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, a lot of that firepower just being thrown on the ground and not really making any impact.
Yeah, I mean, really what NiP had to do was essentially walk down to Secret, get the pick onto Gratisfaction, and then that won them the round. I don't think that's going to necessarily be so easy anymore now that the guns are in the hands of Renegades. Let's see what JKS can do. Two-man spray down to start things off. That's fantastic of a start for the first gun round, at least for Renegades. NiP maybe a little shaky. Bomb's going to go back in toward radio. Here's Rez continuing to repeat this. He certainly is. And JKS, well, he's farming up a storm here. Thank you very much. Some more fantasy points for Elfish Guy. Satisfaction, though, will go down.
Spray down your entire team.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably one of the more skilled aimers that you would see on Renegades. And Liaz and JKM will be able to clean things up pretty comfortably. That NiP, difficult to get into those bomb sites and get the bombs down. They
have full information about where NiP can and can't be, which is going to really inform the rotates for Renegades here, but still two players towards this lower bomb site at this point.
Gratisfaction cleans up Rez, does actually just back around the corner, avoiding the trade. 9 seconds on the clock here. Can NiP even get the bomb down? Looks like they will. But there's so many Renegades players so close to this bomb site that this is really the ideal setup that you want to start off your retake. If Gratisfaction goes down, however, that is going to be problematic. And it seems as though Renegades are just waiting, biding their time for the perfect opportunity. Gratisfaction will start to push his way in with the AWP, but doesn't expect Lecro, still manages to hit the shot. And this may well be another frag for him. Indeed it is. Gratisfaction, very nicely done, walking his way. I have a sneaking suspicion that the power of Gratisfaction is held within the mustache, so if he shaves it off, I'll actually be a little bit disappointed.
Could be. Was a bit shaky in his immunity days before he was growing that thing.
That's fairly solid from Liaz, although it is just against the pistols, so nothing to get too excited about. That's not ideal. Lecro with the AK being able to have an impact.
Many guns away from the Renegades as they can. As you can see, their economy hasn't fully built up just yet. They're not absolutely rolling, as it were. You do just have Lecro going on a bit of a venture towards Secret. Unfortunately, his teammates aren't really in any kind of a position to be able to group up with him at this point.
Missed shot here from Gratisfaction will allow NiP a little bit more room to work with. Another one?
It's only really JKS who's in a position to be able to punish this lowest push coming out. Can't believe Grat's got away with that.
Yeah. Is he going to continue to get away with it? That is the question. Forest, if he continues to push on forward here, all he needs is the one bullet, and he's going to get that straight in the head anyway. Didn't matter how much HP Gratisfaction had there. And now we're into a 3v3. A couple of guns have been dropped over to NiP. Like I said, it's a doable round for them. That will be a bit of a spanner in the works, though, as Forest will fall. But with that said, the bomb is being planted. And Rez has hit a fantastic shot now onto JKS. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Renegades, they're falling apart. It's just Azza left alive in a 1v2 now. And while neither of these players for NiP have the armor available to them, they have good post-plant positions, and Azza has absolutely no idea where they are. And that'll be Rez, but it has an impact on the round.
For sure.
That's 4 rounds on the T side already here for NiP, and I said, like, okay, 4 or 5 rounds, you're probably looking at a pretty past score already.
Yeah.
This is looking like a decent start for NiP, and anything further that they get is going to be much more difficult for Renegades to deal with, obviously.
Shutting down some of these NiP players, or rather NiP player in towards upper, but NiP that just goes straight towards ramp room, and Dennis as well punishes Gratisfaction rotating towards outer. Go. It feels like NiP's just reading this rotation. It's like a change in the pace coming out from NiP. Fast one out, squeaky in towards upper.
Azza ready and prepared, gets himself up on top of Hut, but it's just not enough damage done by him. Needs the backup of the remaining players. Gratisfaction will fall to Dennis, and that again is going to swing the numbers in the favor of NiP. 3v2. Liaz and JKS left here for Renegades. They know that JKS is up high in heaven. He'll take the peek out of rafters off the back of that flashbang. Liaz gives away his position as JKS falls. There's almost no chance now for Liaz to be able to get anything done here, even if it was going to get easier for them. The Molotov could have come through to that vent position. Liaz will finally fall to res.
There hasn't really been much for him to do. Here's an opportunity for him to get it done again.
Yeah, well, you can bet your bottom dollar that there is going to be utility expended over here from NiP. There comes the flashbang. It does blind JKS, not too much, but the second fully flashes JKS. And there's no hope for him at all. Just on his own there in ramp room. Doesn't even have anyone playing anti-flash. Jacob at the very least will get right, who was lurking his way out onto A. And Azza on the B bomb site has managed to grab 2. A third almost lines up for him there as well. But this round definitely looking much better for Renegades. The individuals now starting to get those aim battles working.
Definitely was Azza doing the majority of the work though from that site position. Obviously NiP got themselves a massive advantage in the earlier parts of the round, getting JKS for free.
That's going to go lower very, very quickly. Are they aware? Is Gratisfaction aware? It certainly seems like he is. Definitely is now that that flashbang has been thrown through, but this is not a favourable aim duel for Gratisfaction with that AWP.
Very, very weird position that they've been put in, and Azza goes down to help him, but Get Right's very well aware. Jacob getting work done in towards lobby. This is a very weird round.
Well, he needs the kill on Electro, and he needs to spin around and get more, but not even the one on Electro is going to be available to him. This is another gun round where Renegades are just getting utterly decimated.
And again, it feels like NiP, when things get sloppy, when you know, we get into this sort of mid-round portion of the game, they're reading the rotations way better and punishing Renegades for putting a foot in any wrong direction.
They've been able to set themselves up, but Forrest gets out for free. Liaz at least able to get rid of Rez. Jacob, a little bit of a whiff, but he's going to be saved as well by Liaz, or at least traded out. Hang on Renegades at this point to win quite a few individual aim battles. JKS on the B bomb site, Liaz maybe around heaven, or hell I should say. JKS only gets the one. He really needed multiple there. Get Right has lurked himself out onto rafters, but can't actually connect the shots onto Jacob, which is a little bit of a saving grace for Renegades. Still he's causing problems up on the A bomb site while Liaz makes his way down to B. Nice, but this is going to be very difficult indeed for JKS. He gets hit in the head through the floor, and that's going to be enough to deal with him. Now it's Gratisfaction, just gets timed really by Forrest. Nothing going right for Renegades at all on this CT side. That is fair to say.
So looking like a pretty dominant scoreline here from the Ninjas. Renegades is getting shut down right and left. They were never able to cleanly rotate. They were never able to inform their play whatsoever. NiP just controlled it right from start to finish. Now heading into their CT side, it's going to have to be some kind of a magnificent performance from Renegades on this T side to close things out.
That is come back in this map.
Well, it all starts from the T-pistol. Already not off to a good start. Forrest and Electro just shutting them down.
Not sure what you can do about that one as Renegades. It's now time for Azza and Gratisfaction to hit some magical shots, because if not the case, then I'd say that's the round over and probably the map over as well.
The heads are just popping left and right here for the Renegades, and he has managed to pick up the bomb and recover that, but he doesn't have armor to be working with the Ninjas closing in all around. It's going to be pretty difficult for him. There you go, there's one headshot for him. If any of these other NiP players get a little bit over-aggressive, it could potentially give him more of an opening in this round, but I'd imagine that his chances are pretty slim.
Yeah, you'd expect so. Gratisfaction going to run out of bullets here. We'll get the reload off at 7 HP. No chance at all. That Renegades.
Yep. And they're going to go for the round contact off the back of that. Electro.
It's just lined up too. Gratisfaction at least will be able to get the trade, and now I think it really relies on JKS being able to find some work here in lower, but Dennis's position just completely unknown. Gratisfaction can't get the kill fast enough to save Azza, and now the bomb plant, a little risky considering there is a player coming from ramp room, but Gratisfaction will get it down, and obviously we don't see Rez decide to push.
On JKS to go walkabout here and find the kills, and there's the first one onto Forrest.
That's good. Rez going to try and make something happen. Gets the flick across, although it hits the floor. Shaky aim indeed, but Renegades definitely putting some pressure onto NiP in this round in particular. It's on to Gratisfaction to clutch it out. Not a lot of time left to play with. Get Right defusing in the smoke. Gratisfaction won't hit the shots, and that'll be the round for NiP. Gratisfaction, well, it's a wooden spoon. Dennis rotating into hell, but for all the good it's going to do him, JKS and Gratisfaction, again, I'll say it, you know, they have to have a monumental clutch here, but it's just not happening at the moment for Renegades here. Matchup.
Yeah, it's potentially a question of momentum here, and Renegades, they're going to grab that momentum by trying to put JKS down the vent. But if Renegades are able to put some rounds on the board here, then that could make them more confident heading into the next map.
Nice flashbangs out onto the A bomb tonight, courtesy of Gratisfaction. It's going to allow Jacob a couple on the entry, but get right, he's absolutely swindled himself all the way through Squeaky. He's out in lobby right now. Is he going to be able to have the impact quickly enough? In fact, it seems like Renegades and NiP have kind of done a ring around the rosy, as all of a sudden they're back to, well, standard fare, except the bomb is stuck in the bomb site.
At the moment, there is a crossfire to be able to hold on to that, but Gratisfaction breaks one half of it. Actually flashes himself, and that's it. Anticlimactic end to things. Rez just closes things out from that CT vent, and it's a 16-4 for NiP. Dominant performance on Nuke, and it's the start that we want to see if you're an NiP fan wanting them to take away the series at hand.